Am I live? I believe I am. Oh dear. Uh, Setting. Oh god. Okay, I am fairly certain I am live, but nobody is there. Oh god. Let's just open Discord real quick to make sure that. Okay, I am fairly certain I am live, but nobody is there. Oh no, I can hear myself. Oh god, I am live now. Okay. Well, now that I am sure I'm live. Oh god. Hmm. Need to bring that down. I am fairly certain that I am live, but this is my first time going live. I don't think anybody is viewing this right now. I have no way to tell. Yeah, 0 viewers. Well, I don't want to shut down my live thing, so yeah, I'll be right back, I guess. Well, I guess there's nothing to do it because I'm already at 6 minutes and I have 2 viewers already. Wow. Well, hello. I probably know you, but I don't know who my viewers are. This is me trying to give a little bit more of an entertaining view into INKARNATE. My personal opinion is the last few videos that I've seen weren't too great. I'm about to show you the primary reason why. Hello, JJ. Why Pro is so good. And here it is. It is the Explore function. You have access to everybody else who has posted maps before, and you can search up here, like, see, you can look up castles, and you can see different people's interpretations of castles. They did just launch a new Discord. I'm guessing that they are getting more viewers. This is my JJ and... Oh, I lost a viewer. I guess my wife doesn't want to watch my stream. That's fine. I am actually going to be recreating this map. When I first made this map a few months ago, I made a lot of mistakes. No shading, I used different texture packs, and it has had quite a few, let's just say, layering issues. So, I'm just gonna reopen that, create new. I have the Pro, so I have access to more styles. Now, it really doesn't matter which style you choose. You have many options once you get in there, and all this is doing is setting up which tokens were designed for the style. I am using Fantasy Regional HD because I want to create something closer to this. You can see all sorts of different options, and I am going to just do a square. I do everything on 2K and export to 4K because when you're building your map, 2K is better. Oh, look, she's back. Hello. Interesting. I had math homework today. Now, for add, you get to add your own land masses. My last land mass looked kind of like a skull, and that's a bit gimmicky. I'm going to kind of keep to that motif, though, because during this part of the campaign that everybody's in, they are dealing with pirates. So I'm just going to start. Now, you can just create your rough estimate of a shape. I'm just going to fill all this in and then use this as a blank canvas and remove later. I found it's harder to work with negative spaces. So I'm just going to keep going, leave some room for the maps, or for the islands that I'm going to use to dot the corner around here. But I think this tool that I'm using right now is good for creating coastlines because coastlines are very rarely clean. I think I'm going to call it there. You see what I mean? If I was in 4K, that would have taken a lot longer to render. Now, for the fun part, let's make my little islands. I'm going to bring down the size just a tad. 69, lol. And look, there's an island. Here's an island. We'll make a little bit of a bigger island here. Put a little dot there. I'm going to want some dwarven activity on this island. And they actually expanded their island due to mining and just carrying it outside. I'm going to put a smallish just strip here. something you want to think about when you are designing your islands is, now you want to go to subtract and remove it, is for any continent, what's your theme? My theme, in particular, is going to be pirates. Let me know if I'm too loud, guys, by the way. This is my first time streaming with Streamlabs OBS. And I am still working on my live persona. I had a whole thing earlier. It was going to be crazy, but I've already forgot what I was going to do. Now, I am going to kind of keep to what I had planned with a rough estimate of why some people refer to this place as Skull Island. I may add more later. Let's just make a little happy face and then add teeth. I'll get rid of that nose. I don't like that. What's great is the back button for when you make a lot of mistakes like I do. We'll make that a little bigger, make it more of a interesting landmass. Because I make a lot of maps for D&D in particular, and for Roll20. If you do make a mistake or do something that you like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense, DM. You're like, well, guess what? Magic, so bite me. Oh no, I took that away. What's great is you can just add to and take away all you want. Yeah, that little jacked up nose will be great. And subtract again. Let's make the size a little smaller. And we'll make like a couple little lakes around. More like a jack-o'-lantern. And I know it doesn't look like much right now, but now's the part that gets interesting. You get to play with your terrains. Let's look at some of them. I'm not a big fan of the political green colors. I think I am going to go with grass 1 for the most part. And what's nice about this is once you create a landmass, you can go over the water all you want, and it won't mess up anything. You can color the water a different color. I will, because this is going to be more of a tropical area. While you're coloring it in, it's a good time to think about where you want your placement, and if you have more than one kingdom, or if they're competing kingdoms or regions or capitals, where you would want to place them and why, maybe. And that's if you're the DM. If you're just a map maker who sells to DMs, I would still ask yourself the same question, but it matters less to you, I guess. But I imagine most DMs use a service like this. I am going to add a beach line later, but it's a lot easier to just fill it in now and not have as many just bland colors. The more color you add, the more inspiration you'll get. Now keep in mind, this is by far not a battle map. Can I grab a landmass? No. Okay. This is something to hand your players, or you are here. Alright, that is desert, land texture. Let's keep going. Parchment stain. Let's bring the size way down. And we'll work on a smaller island just to see if it's something we like. And what's nice is you can just work off the edge and fill it in. Doesn't need to be something crazy. These little details, if you do even plan on selling your maps, go a long way. And it can be fairly fast. Look at that. Granted, that was a pretty small space. Don't forget, fit to screen or fit screen is going to be your best friend. And when you do want to zoom into something, you want to hover over the section of the map you want to zoom in on. Forgive me, this is my very first stream, and I am nervous. Let's make some beaches. Really increase the property value. Yeah? Alright. Don't be afraid to color outside the lines a bit, because it does not matter. And it adds you a greater control. You might need to go over a certain spot a few times, but that is fine. Now, does every place need a beach? No. Do I want every place to have a beach? Yes, like I said, tropical. Am I gonna speed this up? No, I'm not. Haha. Because I am live, but I'll try and go a little faster. Speed actually might be your friend if you are on a crunch, like I always feel like I am. Because you can always hit the back button if you make a mistake, and I will go through 5 or 6 editions of a map just erasing and changing things before I find something I like. Don't be nervous, you're a fun person. I try to be, alright? But I don't know if you've been live before, but this is nerve-wracking. I haven't been live on a screen since I was in middle school. Even though you and my wife are the only ones watching, I should be much more comfortable. Even though I don't think she's watching, I think she's watching the TV in the living room with the stream open. But I do appreciate JJ hanging out. I keep checking like I'm gonna have a bunch of views for no reason. I need to find out what the rules are on playing music, because I know some people do copyright stuff, but I don't want to get sued. And I really would hate to re-record a video, because mapping takes a real long time. I don't like that there. I will change that later. But shaping is definitely the most important part when you first start your map making. Mostly because it allows you to have some borders when you want to place your stamps of the kingdoms you want to use, or if you want to create a kingdom. And no landmass is the same. Like, being a perfectionist can actually shoot you in the foot, I've found. It can cost you time, things that people won't notice, or you're probably going to change it later. So just get your rough outline out. That is a bit aggressive. So you do have a handy recently used feature. If there is a color or texture you use a lot, I recommend you save it to your favorites, because there's only a limited amount of space in your recently used, and it will just kick them out. So if you customize any, make sure you save. Saving is your friend. As my friend JJ likes to save, and then save again. Alright, does anybody else need... Let's go up a little bit. There. Hit screen? Yeah, I do. I'm doing great. I doubt that, but I like your encouragement anyway. It's weird not being on Discord, though, while I'm making my maps. I wish people would ask me questions, but they have seen me make maps before, so I doubt they have any. This is definitely not a stream for, hey, if you're new to this, watch this. This is more of a stream of watch me make maps. Another thing that's nice about INKARNATE is when you make a map, it's saving it in layers instead of just individual images. So if you do create something you like and you want to build on it further or change some things, and without having to remake a map from scratch, you can save the file over to inside of INKARNATE. I have made a bunch of changes, so I'm going to save. Oh, I have not saved yet. So I would say map version 2 rat. It's not spelled right, but when you save things, you can save them whatever you want. This usually saves a lot faster, but I am streaming while I'm doing this, so it's eating into my bandwidth a bit. Now, chat, does that look like a face to you? Maybe a ducked up face, but oh no, my mouse died. That is fine. You want to know why that's fine? Because I have a tablet. I just need to get my... Oh no. There it is. I asked how your day was going, and I said I had math. Take that how you will. I have a drawing pad and a pen. I picked this up at Walmart for like 30 bucks, I think? I don't remember. It was fairly cheap. I have a small one, but that's really all I need right now until I get better with it. And with that is you can use your artistic skills you picked up in high school to clean things up. Alright, let's get our stamp tool. Now see, that won't do. That is huge. So size is your friend. But I'm not going to do mountains yet. I want to do my kingdoms. So, cliffs is a really good one because this will allow you to add all sorts of texture. Texture is your friend while making maps. What do I want to use? Graveyard. Now, don't be afraid of using something like this city, because, well, it's huge. But when your players zoom in, you will actually be able to see a city, and you can make it as small as you want. And remember, most maps aren't to scale. Yes, and it has been raining like crazy. I am worried that if the rain comes back, it might knock out my internet. I actually want to put that there. And then I don't know if I like the color, so I am going to zoom in. Oh dear, I am spinning stuff. How am I doing that? Nope. We're gonna undo that. Control Z is your friend. Alright, let's just get rid of you. Let's go back to our stamps. I imagine people who make maps go through that all the time, and I'm going to pretend that that is not me. They've added a bunch of new stamps. Wow, I have a lot to work with here. And that's the bad side of using a pen for this, is It uses a lot of little movements. This place is currently in the middle of a civil war, so I'm going to probably put that military camp somewhere. You could straight up build a whole little city with these things, though. I did it again. We're going to do large castle. Now, when I initially came up with the idea, I figured that the religious sect would hold the southern side. So I'm going to put this bad boy over here, because being near a water source is good. Being near the coast is trade. But you would want your capital away from the sea so you don't get bombarded in a naval attack. Now let's play with my advanced settings. So hue will change the colors. I want to be able to zoom in, and my mouse is dead, which is my primary zooming tool, I guess. So let's make sure this doesn't give me any trouble. Goodbye, JJ. Let's take a look at this. This city was my idea for my more fantasy city on here. Zooming out a bit. Put you there. I'm far from an architect. No. There. Contrast up. Brightness down. That's too much. Let's bring that down just a tad. Alright, because this is all customized, because I don't like it, save to favorites. Dear God, where did my water go? Oh no, she left with my water. And my light is freaking out. Why now? Why now? What is this? My stream is experiencing issues. What issues? JJ, am I having issues? Oh God, that sounds bad. Well, I can't type in the chat, so yeah. I'll just use you for a few seconds. Delete that. This is turning out wonderfully. Oh, so I'm experiencing issues. What is my issues? It's lagging. I wonder why. Do I have anything else open that could be killing this? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't. That might help. Is that any better? Oh no, what happened?